Follow along as I take this piece from step 1 to 10. First 3 are done. Cleaned, remove the hardware, and fill. Now it's time to sand. Safety first, protection for the ears, nose, mouth, and eyes. Here's my Festool sander. I'm quite pleased with this one. All of the sanding has been done. Everything is scuff sanded with 180 grit sandpaper, and you can see how I made sure to expose some of the wood spots here because later on I plan on distressing this piece and I really want some of those beautiful wood pieces to come through. So I filled all of the hardware holes with Quickwood, but I could still see some spots, so I used a basic wood filler and then went back over again and did some sanding so that it would all be nice and smooth for the paint. I like to feel just to make sure it's nice and smooth. This is the reason I love this sander. You can get into edges really easily, much more easily than a round one. Oh yeah, here's my helper. Once I'm done sanding, I wipe everything down with water from a spray bottle and a shop towel or microfiber cloth. It's prime time using my Zinsser Bin Shellac in clear, a foam roller, and I actually use the foam roller for pretty much everything. You can see I'm using it here just to rub along those insets, and then I also use it on the bottom, and then I come back and use it on the flat parts as well. So for example, down this side. And I repeat that all over the piece, and then you can see here everything has been shellacked and is dry, and now I'm just going back over and sanding it lightly with 400 grit sandpaper. That'll just remove any little bumps or lint or any specks that have fallen on it while it's been drying. And then once again, going back over everything with water from the spray bottle and a microfiber cloth this time. This just avoids any lint catching on the surface so that when you go ahead and paint, everything's smooth. I have been wanting to try this color Noah by Mango Paint for so long. I got it on sale, and as you can see, it's been sitting for a while. This is why you stir and stir and stir and stir, and eventually it looks great like this. I actually thought this was a darker, almost black color, but it looks like a really moody blue-gray, and I really quite like it. Two of my favorite colors to use by Fusion are Midnight Blue and Ash, and this is almost like a mix between the two. I line my paint tray with foil, and that's so that cleanup is super easy. You just scrunch it up and throw it away, and I'm using one of my favorite microfiber rollers. Now let's see how it goes onto the sides. It sure looked nice on the drawers. It's just rolling super smooth. I'm really enjoying this paint. In between coats, I just wrap up my brushes and my paint so that it doesn't dry out. And this is what it looks like after just 2 coats. The coverage of this color in the melange paint is just extraordinary. And I really hardly used any of the can. I have so much left for more projects. Now what I'm doing is using a spray bottle again and doing a wet sand with the same 400 grit sandpaper that I used before. And this is going to be to do my wet distressing. I applied a little bit more pressure on the edges, and you can see how it's just distressed a tiny bit, quite nicely, and then I'm just wiping everything down with a microfiber cloth. The entire dresser has been wiped down, all 7 drawers, the base, the sides, and the top, and you can see I've managed to do just a light amount of distressing, a little bit on the sides, but just mostly right on the edges where there'd just be natural wear and tear. When I'm using a darker paint color like this, my favorite top coat is the Beeswax Finish by Fusion Mineral. I just put it on a microfiber cloth. I know some people use a wax brush, but I actually prefer the cloth, and then I just rub it on. And you can let it dry a little bit and rub it back, but I find just rubbing it on and then just making sure that it's not too thick works really quite well, and you get a really nice finish. So just all the way around. On older dressers like this, there's often a wood glide for the drawers. And if you find that your drawers are sticking a little bit, using the same beeswax finish on all of the wood parts, the drawer glide, the base, and even the underside of the drawer can really help, just to make them glide a lot more smoothly. And we're done. I know it says this is step 8, but I often do my hardware drilling in between coats so that if I mess anything up, I don't have to repaint over my final top coat. I bought some really cool knobs off Etsy for this dresser. I'm measuring top to bottom, side to side, and then marking right in the center of everything. It's probably the easiest to do. Then what I'll do is I will put the tip of this drill bit in right in the middle of my mark and drill until it goes all the way through. There's a little damage on the back side, and I've tried to use tape before so that this doesn't happen, but I can never seem to quite get it right, so I just pull off the pieces and sand it smooth. This has got to be my favorite part, lining the drawers. So I take the vacuum and I just clean them up a little bit, and then I often use peel and stick wallpaper. This is a pattern I've been wanting to use for a long time, and it's perfect for these drawers because they are only just under 18 inches wide, so I can actually use the full width and go up and down with the trees, which is unusual. The drawers are about 13 inches deep, so I'm cutting the pieces 13 inches, and then I will make the pattern follow through from the top drawer all the way to the bottom drawer. This is my rotary cutter and mat and my ruler, and this just makes sure I get a nice, clean, straight line. Okay, I know I said this was my favorite part. What I meant was picking out the wallpaper and then how it looks after. I think I cut out about 5 minutes of footage on this. Check out the blooper reel for some of the highlights. But I finally got it. Because this drawer is rounded, I'm going in with my X-Acto knife and just putting it right along the edge underneath where the wood front face of the drawer and the bottom meet. What I did was I cut it 13 inches, which is the deepest part of the drawer, and then I just cut these edges off, and then I get a nice rounded edge along the front of the drawer. I love staging. You've put so much effort into this piece, and whether you're gonna just take pictures to post or whether you're trying to sell it, it's important to make it look nice and to show off all your hard work. So I get a few pieces from my home, I move them around a bit, make sure I like how it looks, and then one of my last minute finishing touches is I've got these stickers that I had made up with my Instagram, my Facebook, and my hashtag that I use, and I put them inside. These pictures don't look like this before I've actually edited them, and there's a few features that I use in Snapseed on a regular basis. Just take the picture, get it as good as you can, take a whole bunch, and then you can edit them and make them really, really nice. Here's the final piece. I hope that you like it. I'm going to be editing a lot of this out. No, really, it's easy. This was 10 steps to get a piece from found to completely finished and ready to sell or keep in your home. You can check out my blog on my website, madeforyou.ca, for the full post as well.